Well, I thought supper kind of wandered into my front yard here, but I would say that he's a little too small, so we'll let him get a little bit bigger. You know, turtles are known to be slow. Well, snapping turtles aren't exactly slow, so I'm kind of keeping my distance. I don't feel like losing a digit today. But, you know, something else that's been slow over the years has been the Hall of Fame. Well, I visited that kid that has those dime boxes, quarter boxes, 50-cent boxes, and as I said, the Hall of Fame sometimes is a little slow themselves, and they were slow getting Dick Allen into the Hall of Fame. But I picked this baby up for $1, so thank you to that young kid that only likes Pokemon and modern cards. And here is a second Dick Allen card that I grabbed for 10 cents. Another player of the Hall of Fame was turtle slow, and inducting was Richie Ashburn. I just picked up this 1960 Topps card of Richie Ashburn. At this point in his career, he was with the Cubs. And there's the back of that. And again, the front. Bill White, you know, if you take a look at his contributions to baseball outside of just being a player, I think you have to consider him. What about a guy like Vada Pinson? Go check out his stats sometime. I think you'd be impressed. This is his 1970 card. He's now with the Indians. He'd really made his career with the Cincinnati Reds. Well, how about this guy? Herb Washington, 1975 card. No, I think the Hall of Fame got this one right. But I just picked this up for $0.10, so I had to show it. One of the better shortstop slash second basemen of the early 70s, mid 70s was this guy, Bobby Grich. And another guy that I think the Hall of Fame has been turtle slow on considering for the Hall of Fame. Another guy that's often overlooked is the captain of those swinging A's, Sal Bando. And you know, Sal Bando, let's get a better look at my buddy here. But you know, Sal Bando, and this was his rookie card, by the way, 4-time All-Star, 3-time World Series winner with the A's. He's in the A's Hall of Fame, College Baseball Hall of Fame as of 2013, and he was part of that Arizona State College World Series champion team, won the MVP, but he has a 61.5 WAR. Another guy I think the Hall of Fame should probably consider. Or how about Ken Boyer? Another guy that I think the Hall of Fame has been turtle slow on. But Ken Boyer's 1955 Topps card, which is his rookie card. And here is the back of that. One last card I'll show you is, and I've talked about him here not too long ago on my channel, but 1953 Topps. This is Sherm Lawler. Shout out to Jason. This guy had superior defensive skills, and he was a pretty good hitter as well. But Sherm Lawler. You know, later in life he became a coach, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe he was a pitching coach for the Baltimore Orioles in 1966 that won the World Series. And so you had Jim Palmer and Eddie Watt and all those guys on that team. So must have been a pretty good pitching coach. So who do you think the Hall of Fame has been turtle slow on? Who would you put in the Hall of Fame? Well, I'll tell you one thing. We're going to go ahead and relocate this potential supper for next time. Get him off my yard. I don't want some little kid to come by and play with him and lose a finger. So when you mess with a snapping turtle, you always come up behind them and grab the tail. That way they can't reach around and snap you. Never approach him from the front. They've actually got a pretty long neck. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Keep growing your collection, card farmers, and we'll see you next time.